Hey there, welcome back. The next video I want to share with you is on a system called wealth dynamics. This was developed by a man named Roger James Hamilton and is a typology to help you understand your best use of your personality, your natural gifts and characteristics inside a business. And one of the things that I've seen working with entrepreneurs for so long is when they have to play all the roles, it's way too painful. And if they can get in a group of people that have roles and capabilities and skill sets that are complementary to theirs, it's really relieving. And it really helps them to just relax into what they're good at and not feel like they need to be spinning all the plates of the stuff they're really not good at. Another thing that tends to happen is when we're not good at something in a business, we tend to focus on that the most. So we're dumping good energy after bad, and it's just not the most effective or efficient way or fun way to really build a business that helps you feel excited and powerful and making the difference in the world that you want to be making. So this system is based on the I Ching, actually, and the 5-element system of Chinese culture and Chinese medicine. I studied the 5-element system when I was going through acupuncture school. I have a degree in a master's in acupuncture as well as a doctorate in chiropractic and a couple undergrad degrees. And what I loved about the 5-element system is really understanding cycles of nature and the way that nature works to balance itself out. Okay, so we're going to work from a square. And this square is going to have 8 different roles and 4 different energies. So the first energy is called dynamo energy. And it's correlating in Chinese medicine to wood. Second energy is going to be called blaze energy. And it is associated with fire. This one over here is called steel, and it's associated with water. And this one is called tempo, and it's associated with earth energy. And each of these positions are going to have associated archetypes or characters that are going to be the type of entrepreneur that you are. So we're going to start right here at the top. This is the creator. My profile is a creator, just so you know who you're working with. Creators tend to be a little bit head in the clouds. They tend to be visionary. They love doing big picture. They love casting a vision. They love being involved in getting things going. And they love just being in the dynamic creative process, always doing something more, always doing something more. The danger of the creator is they try to create their way out of problems. So when something's not working, they just try to build something new. And building something new, you find that you still have to go out there and market it, or find the right people to work it, or some other problem that is actually the same problem that stopped you in the previous things that you've built. So creators are amazing for like being sparky, really getting the energy moving, having the big vision, being able to see the big picture. They're not so great at implementation. They're not always great at doing the baby kissing and the handshaking, and I wouldn't rely on them to set up systems typically or make deals. The second energy, or the second archetype, is the star. And the star is really all about shining. So this is sparking, this is shining. And the star wants to be out in front talking about someone else's good thing. The confusion with most stars is that we think that they need to be talking about themselves. It's actually best if they don't. It tends to get really kind of muddy and confusing if they're talking about their own thing. But if they're talking about something that is out there that's amazing and really working well, and they just want to be the amplifier for it, they want to be the mouthpiece for it and get it out in the world even more, that's what a star does. So a famous star would be like Oprah Winfrey. Oprah didn't talk about Oprah. Oprah sat and interviewed other people and made them the stars. That's what was so interesting. All of her star power was because she was shining a light on someone else. Next energy, the next archetype is the supporter. So You know if you're a supporter, if you go to a networking event and you talk to all the people and you leave feeling really good and you feel really connected and amazing and you met all these people and you made these great connections and your network is growing and growing and growing, but what are you going to do with it? They're really extroverted. They're actually amazing managers and leaders of people, not always amazing managers and leaders of processes or systems, but they can really support a team and really motivate a team to do the things that the team needs to get done. So the supporter tends to have challenges coming up with the right idea and sticking to the plan. So the supporter is really great for taking it and getting it out into the world. Whatever the creator created, the star's shown a light on, the supporter is going to say, okay, I'm going to introduce you to this person, this person, this person. They're going to introduce you to these other people, and we'll get it out in the world. We'll get it in the hands of the right people. Amazing person to have on your side who's really able to make something happen if you're stuck in the creative process, especially if you're a little introverted. So this next one is the deal maker. The deal maker is also very extroverted and very able to connect with people, and they're always aiming towards how can I help this other person win? How can I give them something that I have? How can I help them with the things that I have? How can I offer this to them so that they can take it and go do something good with it? And in return, we'll make a deal, we'll both make some money, whatever it is that we want to do. But I'm looking at my kind of group of resources and connections, and I want to offer them to you so that we can do something cool together. It's a really cool way to start to amplify and grow a business. Use this blazy fire energy to make the connections, but then start to leverage the connections and build a deal. The next one is the trader. The trader is usually the glue of the operation. So if the creator is head in the clouds, the tempo and the trader is ear to the ground. They're listening for the rhythm of what's going on. They're listening for the tempo. They know timing. They know when it's the right time to do something and when it's not the right time to do something. So they really get a sense of where the rhythm is in a business. And it's all, they're very sensing oriented. So it's often like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, no, I don't think it's for right now. I think we should do that later. And these people don't understand because they just want to go all the time and build something new. And these people don't understand because they just want to get out there and make it happen. But the trader's like, nah, not quite yet. Traders are also amazing with being the glue of an operation. They make people feel like $1,000,000. They're really able to be that soft, sensitive, connected, bright, shining smile, to be caretaking and really nurturing the whole process. So if you have high-end clients, finding a trader to be your customer service manager or to be your client liaison, amazing role for them. The next one is the accumulator. So the accumulator, once you've made a deal, nurtured the whole process, nurtured the people, and you have all this money rolling in, the accumulator is going to take that money and it's going to grow it, or she's going to grow it. And they're going to tend to be very conservative. They're going to tend to be risk averse. They just want more money coming in. They don't want a whole lot of money coming out. So the thing that really we want to catch with an accumulator is when they say no, this isn't a good idea, to really listen to them and not try to bulldoze them, because they tend to be introverted, they tend to be a little bit more withdrawn. So by the time they've come out to say, I don't think this is a great idea, they've really thought a lot about it, and they've really sat on it and are really clear that based on all the research and based on all the evidence and based on every projection they looked at, I don't see how this is going to work. So they are amazing in the team building, and they can sometimes feel like they're throwing water on the situation, right? If we're just excited about setting up a fire or making it burn. So just recognize that these accumulators tend to have a good sense of slowing things down, just like our next archetype, which is the Lord. So when you think about a lord, think about a landlord. What a landlord does is collect a whole bunch of assets and whole bunch of goods and it creates a system to turn it into more money. So once that system is in place, they don't have to touch it again. It's just out there happening. And they may go out and build another system. But these are really the systems, the policies, the procedures, masters of the whole charter. And a lot of the entrepreneurs that I work with, so many are falling here. The creators and stars, and they are starving for lords. They're starving for someone who can say, yes, I understand, yes, I understand. Okay, let's put this in Asana, let's put this in Slack, let's make you some spreadsheets, let's do this. And a bunch of lords I know are like, I love doing that, I love doing spreadsheets. And the creators and stars are saying, I can't imagine looking at a spreadsheet for an hour, that makes me bonkers. Except that when someone else is doing it and putting it in front of me, it creates such relief because now I have something tangible and tactile to understand what's actually happening in my business. So if you're a lord, if you've taken the test and you're a lord, we would love to see you in the room. If you're any one of these, this is a real space for these archetypes to show up in the room and really be appreciated and supported because there's so much of what this needs, and there's a lot of this in the entrepreneurial community, especially in the United States. So you can see we have one left, and this is the mechanic. And the mechanic is great at taking these systems and building it into something that people interact with. So in the entrepreneurial world, if you think about a mechanic, one of the ones that pops to my mind right away is Russell Brunson. Russell built ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels is a mechanized system of how to take a product and introduce it to other people and let them have an amazing experience and systematize that and crank out leads and sales. So he is just the tinkerer behind the scenes, taking all this material and taking all this content for other people and turning it into a machine to get it out there in the world. So the systems creators and the people who are really wanting to tinker and tinker and tinker and tinker, those are the mechanics. They may be people avoidant. They may be annoyed by the constant kind of bright and exciting stuff that happens over here, but they'll take a creator's creation and say, okay, cool, let me build you this and this and this and this. Let me put a bot on it. Let me turn it into this website that does this thing. Let me convert this part of the website to this part of the process. You know, they have all this technical knowledge that is so valuable, but they just want to sit behind the screen and make it happen. So amazing skill set, and we need to make sure that their space to do that is really allowed and nurtured, because what tends to happen is these other energies say, is it done? Is it ready to go? Is it good enough yet? And if we want to indulge the mechanic without them getting too crazy, we want to make sure that they have the capability to set up things in the way that they want it set up, because they really have a vision on how to take something and improve it. They may not be creating something brand new, but they're saying they're looking at a website or they're looking at a market, a product in the market, and saying, that could be done so much better. I could build that better. I could make better conversions on that. I could really help this product do something in the world. And they want to go build the thing that helps them to do that. So this is wealth dynamics, and this really is going to help you understand, if you are any of these roles, that's what you need to be doing. You don't want to be doing these other roles. And as a matter of fact, doing these other roles is slowing you down. One of the things that we do in these one-day events and later on for people in the mastermind is we specifically team them up with people who are other ways than them. Because I've seen a number of groups of creators come together and create all these ideas and they never implement it. And I've seen people who are really focused more on this side get together and they don't know what to talk about because no one's creating anything. All they can talk about is systematizing systems. So helping you understand what you are, how to best be you in a business is going to be so valuable and so relieving. And I really want you to be able to understand how you can be operating in your best kind of energy and your best way of being you in the business that you can. And this is going to help you do that.